Okay. I believe we're live on YouTube and live on Faceplant. Oh. Okay. And let's see. The counter is ticking down. Okay. Everything looks to be in order for a change. It looks to be in order. No magical warnings. Good. Okay. Now what we need is the studio audience. Take two. All we need is the studio audience. Take three. All we need is the studio audience. Uh-oh. No studio audience. I think the producers forgot to arrange for a studio audience. Uh-oh. I got to find that other microphone mount, that other arm. I got to do something a little different. I got to get that one that lets the arm come down this way. That way to eliminate all this crap here. Yeah, I got to find that mount. All right, if that mount comes this way, yeah, it would eliminate all this stuff. All right, now I got to figure out where I put that arm. I really don't want to use that arm because that mic is all rigged up the way it should be. And the arm I really want to use broke. God, that one really ticks me off. Buy an expensive mounting arm and the damn thing breaks. Irritates me to no end. And no way of fixing it. That's the problem. It locks by some kind of compression fitting. And I've tried washers and trying to jury rig it every way possible, and I can't. I hate throwing the arm away. But there's something it compresses on the outer edge of a ring. And I can't come up with anything that would work. I even tried a big lock washer. Nah, that didn't work either. Gee, we're going 7 minutes and 4 seconds here and no live audience. Uh-oh. I can't remember. Did Kathy say that she might not be here? I can't remember if Kathy said something she might not be here tonight. Well, if nobody's here by 7:05, I guess we'll do a formal start, which is in 10 seconds. Okay, 7:05, nobody here. Let's do a formal start. from the WDWL TV multiplex, live from the Blue and Gold studio and home of the golden microphone, with great anticipation, we bring you the pride of the station, the grumpy old man, and the grumpy vulture. Would you like to take a bow? Take a bow. Come on, get the banner in there, right? You know what you're doing. Jeez. Kind of a crappy bow tonight. You got one thing, and you can't get it right. All right. Back in your spotlight corner, look at the camera. Let me move this out of the way. Let me get the mic situated a little different. Well, this is like real old times. It's been a long time since I have not had a live studio audience. Amazing. Nobody. Now, Jenny has been ailing, so we kind of excuse her. I can't remember if Kathy said she might not be here tonight, but nobody's here. No Nomad, no Mears, no Wyatt, no Jenny, no Kathy, no Sherry, nobody. It's like the old days when I basically did a show talking to the bird, which is like talking to yourself. But things happen. I can't expect people to be here every night. Although it's not like I have this big, vast audience. I moved this microphone, and I think I screwed a few things up. Well, it'll have to do for tonight. It appears that the volume's okay. When I put it away last night, I bumped this converter, and I thought I screwed up some of the settings. The volume doesn't sound right to me. Maybe it's broadcasting at proper levels. To me, it just sounds a little low. I'm looking at the sound bar at the top here, and it does seem like the audio is a tad low, but it's always hard to tell, because what sounds low during recording sometimes it's too loud on the playback. So hopefully it'll work out. See, part of the problem these lower priced mics only have a dual pickup, which means it picks up on this side and it picks up on this side. The newer, better priced microphones have 4 pickup heads. So no matter how you position the mic, you're always talking into a pickup head. Now, if I go towards the bottom of the mic, it doesn't pick up as well as when I'm at the side. Actually, the pickup head inside here looks like a wafer. It's odd looking. If you could see inside here, it looks like a wafer. Now, on the other mics, it's like 4 wafers. Put it in layman's terms. So, when I'm using this microphone, I have to position the wafer so that the flat side is towards me or over here. I had it spun halfway originally, and I was wondering, like, why does it sound so dull? So I have to turn the microphone. But I've got to find the other mounting arm, because I would rather have that mic arm come down this way rather than using this one here. This arm is actually for a different style mic. I kind of had to do a Houdini to get everything to work right. But there's too much here going on. Not to mention, it looks chintzy. It don't look like a professional studio microphone. Now, what I could have done was have it straight up and down. I don't care for desk mounts. I like the arm. And like I say, I kind of cobbled this one together because my expensive mounting arm broke. And it really irritates me. So, I don't know what I'm going to do. I have, believe me, I have enough mounting arms. Some of them are really crappy, and I don't like using them because you can't adjust them the way you want to adjust them. So, hopefully tomorrow I can find another arm where I can bring this mic down from the top rather than have it mounted on this contraption. Never a dull moment. Although maybe I'm going to trade off and I'll go back to my red, green, and blue microphone. I kind of like that one better. Not that I don't like this. This is what I started with, and it did the job. It still does the job. I really have nothing against it. As a matter of fact, I've got those 3 Blue Yeti microphones, which are outstanding. And I don't know why I stopped using them. They are great microphones. To think, the money my buddy spent on equipment he never used amazed me. He probably spent easily $5,000-$6,000 on microphones that he never used. They were all still in the boxes. He had something similar to this. Well, he had an MXL that looked similar to this. The MXL was a good pricey mic, believe me. Like I say, this one, under $30 for the arm, the cables, everything. It worked. It did the job for almost 3 years. And then one is not enough. I probably easily have 25 microphones. Let me think here. All right, there's one. Hang on, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, yeah. 20 microphones. A couple of them are collector's mics. Now, like the MXL Patriotic mic, I used it once just to see how it sounded. I put it back in the box. Not that it's ever going to be worth a fortune, but it is a collector's piece. I don't want to ruin it. Oh, God, I forgot about the Tiki mics. Yeah, I've got the Tiki mics. I have the Raspberry, the miniature desk mic that goes for a laptop. I'm going to use that one. I'm going to use that little Raspberry just for fun. Now, I'm going to have to hold it because it's so tiny, and the Tikis are even tinier. But it's amazing the engineering that went into those little Tiki mics by Blue Yeti. I can have my laptop sitting on the desk, plug one of those Tiki mics in, and talk normal. And it picks up outstandingly. They're amazing. But they're little dipsy doodles. I'll dig one out. I've got them put away. I'll tell you what. I thought MXL made a hell of a line of microphones until I started using Blue Yeti mics. God damn. They're amazing. They're a little big and bulky. But I'll tell you what. As far as audio quality, outstanding. I think what I'm going to do next week, maybe not every night, but next week I'm going to go through different microphones. I'm going to dig out one of the Blue Yetis. I'll use that one night, maybe 2 nights. My Yeti X. Maybe a couple of the MXLs. Just to have some fun. And make use of some of the microphones. Tonight might be a short version. Since I don't have a live studio audience to chat with, it might just be a shortened version tonight. Give you guys a break. Talk about break. Jesus. I'm in the store, and I hear this woman calling her kids. And I'm like, I don't think I heard that right. So I deliberately got behind her in line. And I says to her, can I ask you a question? She says, yeah. Now, the youngest daughter was like 6 or 7 years old. I said, did I hear you calling her Audi? She said, yes. All my kids are named after cars. I said, really? Seriously? She says, yeah. She says, I have 3 girls and 3 boys. One's named Mercedes, one's name is Chevy, and one's name is Audi. And the boys are Mercury, Ford, and Impala. Can you see a boy going through life with the first name of Impala? Or Mercury, or Ford. Now, I've heard girls name Mercedes. Chevy Chase, the actor, but that's a guy. And then Audi. So she has Mercedes, Chevy, Audi, Mercury, Ford, and Impala. I didn't bother asking her, like, if she had a hang-up for car names. I just feel sorry for the boy named Impala. Impala, can you come here a minute? Now, Mercedes, okay. Audi, okay. Chevy, But for boys, one named Mercury, okay. That's a gimme. Mercury. Mercury, Zeus, yeah. Ford. But Impala? Let's just say their last name is Smith. So you'd have Mercedes Smith, okay. Chevy Smith, okay. Audi Smith, okay. Mercury Smith, Ford Smith, Impala Smith, Yeah, those were her kids' names. Although compared to what some kids are named today, it's a lot better than, I'm not even going to go there. Some of the names some people come up with to name their kids, I don't know. Impala. I feel sorry for him. Mercury and Ford, okay. But Impala? I feel sorry for that boy, especially when he gets older. What's your name? Impala. What? Impala. She kind of forgot Buick and Oldsmobile, you know. Maybe I should have suggested that. If you have two more kids, name one Buick and name one Oldsmobile. Then you'll have, like, I wonder what their middle names are, like Mercury Denali Smith, Ford Yukon Smith, Impala Tahoe Smith. What goes through some people's minds? There's one note for the wastebasket. I can't believe nobody got a notification by now. It's almost 7:30. Jeez. Unbelievable. Nobody's here. Now, Facebook's showing one. That must be Roger. I've got the painting framed, and I've got it hanging in my bedroom. It's in a safe spot. I was going to hang it here, and then I was afraid it might get knocked down. But I did get the frame, the back to work finally. And I've got it hanging in my bedroom. So it's in a safe place. If anybody comes over, I bring it out and show it to them. I didn't want to hang it anywhere where it might get knocked down or damaged or so. If you're watching, Raj, believe me, anybody that sees it, oh my God, the compliments that I get. They think you're a hell of an artist. They really do. And I told them it's a hobby. Well, I have a live studio audience. How you doing, sweetheart? You're the only one here tonight. I don't know what happened to Kathy. Usually she's right, bang, 7 o'clock, she's right here. And I know, Jenny is not feeling 100%. So I was just saying, if I didn't get no studio audience, it was going to be a real short show tonight. I still might shorten it. Just because I got a couple of things I forgot to do. So I'd like to get them done before I retire for the evening. But glad somebody's here. Although, for 2.5, almost 3 years, I talked to myself. I'd come on every night. Well, I talked to the bird. The good thing is, he don't talk back. Don't ask me how I came up with the idea of a sidekick vulture. One of these days, I'm going to do a show from Studio One. Dale got me a big street sign that says Grumpy Vulture Boulevard. And then my friend got me one that says Grumpy Old Man Road. I got 2 street signs over there. So, of course, I still don't know how I come up with a goddamn vulture. I was trying to think of that the other night. What made me come up with a vulture? Maybe it matches my personality. I got it off some stuffed animal website on eBay. They had you name it. They had every stuffed animal imaginable. They even had an aardvark. It was between a vulture and an aardvark. And I was thinking, well, people know what the hell an aardvark is. So I went with the vulture. Yeah, my buddy here. $5.95. Wear your banner straight, asshole. And he looks realistic. If you look at a picture of a vulture, yeah. There is one YouTuber. He does a show every single morning. And he's got a voodoo doll. And he sticks pins in it. And believe it or not, he has got such a morning following. Every morning he's got at least 200 goddamn people watching him. And every now and then he'll pull out this voodoo doll and stick pins in it. It's like, Jesus. Yeah, he's on every single morning. I would mention the name, but he invited me on, and then at the last minute he decided to cancel. I was supposed to be on his program one morning. Actually, I was supposed to be on a Saturday afternoon for like a whole hour. He was going to promote my channel to get me more subscribers because he's got like 8,000 subscribers. And then at the last minute, he was like, I'm going to stop doing my Saturday show. Oh, thank you very much. Thanks for almost promoting me. So, and I'll tell you what, some people do this for a living. Because once you get I think 1,000 subscribers, you can monetize. YouTube will put ads, which I don't like, because it would be like all of a sudden now a commercial pop in. But you get paid. And believe it or not, there's a guy that does auto reviews. He makes enough off of YouTube full time to afford a Ferrari. I'll tell you what, he's transparent. He shows his goddamn payroll sheets from YouTube. And he's making enough to support a family and to make payments on a goddamn Ferrari. Unbelievable. There are many people on YouTube that do this for a living and make good money. I can't get past 86 subscribers. Some of these people have 30, 40, 50,000 subscribers and do it for a living. And this guy is making payments on a Ferrari. He's making that much money off of YouTube. And every month, he shows his statement. And what he makes is fucking unbelievable. Doing YouTube every day. Now, he has a lot more interesting topic than me, but to make enough money to pay a mortgage, utilities, food, insurance, and make payments on a Ferrari. And a Ford Raptor that he bought for his wife. And I'm just amazed. I'm like, Jesus. Now, you really want to see something. His wife's favorite color is pink. He took this Ford Raptor and had it wrapped in pink. He's making payments on a Ferrari and a Ford Raptor and a mortgage, paying utilities off of YouTube. Of course, he's got like 200,000 subscribers, you know. But it's hard to believe doing this for an hour every day and making enough money to buy a fucking Ferrari. I just can't imagine it. I just can't imagine making that. I would like to make enough to cover my investment. But like I say, you got to have like 1,000 subscribers before you can monetize your channel. I can't get to 100. Although it keeps me from filing taxes. Because being on disability, you're only allowed to make so much. And then the government, they want their cut. Not to mention, I believe if you're making that kind of money, they might take they can't take my Social Security away from me. But I would tend to think if somebody was like on disability and all of a sudden they're making, $5,000 a month off of YouTube, the government might say, well, you're not that disabled. Yeah, I wonder what's going on with Kathy. I thought, geez, it's almost, it's 7:45 and she's not here? That's got me worried. She's here 7 days a week. Now, I know Jenny has got some health problems. And Wyatt, too. He's making me nervous. He hasn't been around. Wyatt he's been having these lingering headaches. And that don't sound too good. And the problem is he's with the VA, and I know you don't really get the care with the VA like you get with a normal hospital. And Nomad, you got to remember, like right now, it's like 1 a.m. over in England. So the time change over there kind of screwed things up with him. Although he has been busy, he's been working a lot. He does a lot with music. And Mears, I don't know what's going on with him. Although Australia time, I don't know what time it is down in Australia right now. It kind of worries me that Kathy's not here. Like I say, Jenny, it worries me that Jenny's not here, but I know she's got some problems. Interesting. Very interesting. Uh-oh. 0, 0, 0. We lost Sherry. Zero, zero, zero. Oh, well. I'm back to talking to myself. It will be a short show tonight. If nobody else shows up by 8 o'clock, it'll be a short show, people. Okay. I'm showing somebody from YouTube. Now I'm showing nobody from YouTube. I scared them away. I said, somebody logged on to YouTube, and then they disappeared. I scared them. They were like, uh-oh, he saw me. I'm getting out of here. Gone. Well, you were starting to worry me. I was like, geez, with all the illness going on, what the hell? Kathy come down with something now? And then Sherry was here and she vanished. I keep losing people. Sherry was here, then she vanished. Then Kathy was here and she vanished. Must be something going on with the airwaves tonight. Yeah. Kathy popped on and popped off again. 0, 0, 0. See, you can see it here. 0 Facebook, 0 YouTube, 0 total. Oh, what was going on in Nashville? Isn't that where the Grand Ole Opry is? In Nashville? Have I got that right? Oh, shit, that's right. You did. Oh, God damn it, yes. Oh, that's right. You did tell me that. Oh, okay, yeah. You did. Sucks to get old. Yeah, you did tell me that yesterday. Yeah. Hopefully everything went well. Yeah, I forgot all about that. I'm going to have to start writing things down. I forgot all about that. You know, you mentioned that yesterday, and it went in this ear, come out this ear, didn't stop in the middle. Long as she's doing good, okay. Glad to hear that. Too bad when you were in Nashville you couldn't stop at the old Grand Ole Opry. Although I don't know if they do daily shows down there. If it's there. Is that where it's at? Grand Ole Opry in Nashville? Sucks to get old. Although I've never been a big country music person. I mean, I was a big Glenn Campbell fan back in the day. And Tammy Wynette, Reba McEntire. Tammy Wynette. Didn't she sing Stand on Your Man? Wasn't that her big hit? Stand on your man. Gotta watch. Don't want a copyright strike. Evidently, you must be driving. Your signal keeps going in and out. And Sherry, she just got home from somewhere. She said she just got home. Evidently visiting her husband, probably. God, that sucks. Goddamn, he'd been in the hospital forever. Jesus. Okay. I thought it was in Nashville. I would like to go just to see it. You know, when it's on TV, you can't get the full effect. I kind of thought so. Your signal going in and out and in and out and in and out. Yeah. I figured you were driving. Too bad you can't get me on the infotainment screen. That'd be scary. Your daughter'd go right off the road. Holy shit! Don't scare me like that. Yeah, the signal's going in and out and in and out and in and out. Must be driving through hills. Get to the top of the hill, signal, no signal, signal, no signal, signal, no signal. Now somebody came in on Faceplant and gave me a thumbs up. So I have one like. Probably Roger. Roger does my. I kind of hope he was watching. I told him I finally got the back on the picture frame, and it's hanging in my bedroom in a safe place. I was going to hang it here, and then I was afraid it would goddamn fall off, and I don't want it to get hurt. The only artist that ever did a portrait of Grumpy and the bird, he got the bird in there. That was cool. The bird is famous. He's in a painting now. Yeah, Kathy's signal keeps going in and out, in and out. Shitty Wi-Fi down in that area. You know, it's still, you look at this day and the age, okay? It's hard to believe there are areas in the United States you still can't get a signal. You would think by now they would have cell phone towers everywhere. Now I know Alaska has got, they enacted some legislation that certain frontier areas cannot have a tower. They said no. You know, we're leaving our frontier areas because oh, yeah. I immediately thought of Alfred Hitchcock. I was like, holy shit. I had my fingers crossed they would stay out of the jet stream. We don't need no more, you know, miracles on the Hudson. Goddamn birds. Although it's still hard to believe, a goddamn bird will bring down a jet, you know. Although, like that one pilot that they were flying at 30,000 feet and a bunch of fucking Mylar balloons come up over the nose of the plane, and luckily it went over the top of the plane. These people that got to have their fucking balloon launches. But those migrating birds, yeah, I was like, oh, God. I hope they're not in the jet stream. But yeah, that was scary. I was like, holy shit, I didn't think there were that many birds in existence, let alone. And they do this every year, twice a year, like the Canadian geese. I always know when winter is coming by watching the Canadian geese fly over the house. And you hear them coming. Honk, 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 honk. They're clearing the way. Last year, Jesus Christ, for a week, every day, honk, 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 honk. I haven't seen it on the news yet. The news stations go out there every year. All of them. 3, 5, 8, 19. They go out there and they buzzard watch. I don't think they come back yet. I'm going to have to check. It's usually about this time of the year, too. Because I remember last year, all of the TV stations were out there. Luckily, a couple of the buzzards landed. I could see the goddamn reporter going, Jesus Christ, I've been out here 12 hours waiting for these fucking birds. Oh, that's a big thing at Hinckley. Thousands of people come out to watch for the buzzards to come back. They have parades. Oh, Hinckley plays that up. Fucking parades, and you can get buzzard cookies. And, oh. Yeah. They have a couple of bake shops. They make buzzard cookies. They have a buzzard parade. Buzzard cookout. I'm going to have to gargle it. Oh, you get the hummingbirds? Oh, that's cool. I love hummingbirds because you never can see their fucking wings. They're like a bug darting around. You never see their goddamn wings. They flap their wings so fast. Marianne, she puts out hummingbird feeders because we do get them around here too. And it's hilarious watching them at the feeder. You don't see the wings. It's like they don't have any. That's like the monarch butterflies. They haven't come back yet. The weather isn't warmed up enough. If you go down in the valley, fucking butterflies everywhere. But it's still a little too cold for the butterflies. I'd like to know where the hummingbirds go. You know, like the Canadian geese, they come here, they go back to Canada. The monarch butterflies go like way out. I always wonder where certain species go. I always wanted to go to the Cleveland Zoo. And they have that, what do they call it, aviary and check for you. Trivia question answered. But at the Cleveland Zoo, they have a daily release of butterflies. And I've heard it's really cool because they'll bring in this big, well, it's not a cage, but it's a big giant net thing. And they open it up and the butterflies all come out and they'll land on you. And I've always wanted to go down. And see, Monday is free day. But I'll tell you what, I've already tried. And at goddamn 6:30 in the morning, cars are backed up to get into the zoo. But I wanted to go just to see them release the butterflies. You know, the last time I was at the zoo, 35 years ago, my son was 5. That's the last time I was at the zoo. And everybody tells me I wouldn't recognize it. They have made so many changes down there that I want to go before, they pat me in the face with a shovel. But I'm cheap. You would think for seniors, they would let you in for free. No. The only time you get in free is on Monday. And I'm not waiting in line for 2 hours to get into the zoo. Because I'm cheap. Yeah, everybody tells me, you wouldn't recognize the zoo. They have just expanded. But I haven't been down there since my son was 5 years old. And May 5th, he'll be 40. So, yeah. I would like to just see it once more. Because believe me, I'd take 2 cameras just to make sure I got enough pictures. And I'm trying to think where the hell the aquarium is. It used to be like at 72nd and the Shoreway. And then they moved it, and I can't remember where they moved the aquarium to. Yeah, well, what was it, 2 summers ago? Everybody's telling me, oh, you got to get down there early. So I get down 6:30. I'm on the goddamn Fulton Road Bridge. No, I was on 25th Street. Yeah, I was on 25th Street. I made the turn off of Clark on the 25th, and there was traffic backed up. So I went down by Deaconess and turned around, and there was fucking traffic backed up. I was like, shit, 6:30 in the morning? I ain't waiting till 8 o'clock to get into the goddamn zoo for free. But you would think that they would let seniors in for free. No. Big deal. You get a senior discount. What do you get? $5 off? Big deal. I ain't paying. The only way you can get in guaranteed is if you're with some kind of tour group. Like my friends that live out in North Ridgeville. Once a year, they have a tour bus that goes to the zoo. Well, the tour bus gets right in because it's a tour bus. One old fart in a goddamn rusty Nissan pickup truck has to wait in line. Not. Then they wonder why people like me don't go. Anybody over 65 should be allowed in free. That and what the hell's that place out at 55th and the Shoreway? The IMAX? Yeah, I think the IMAX is out there. Another place. No freebies. Matter of fact, I think that's where the aquarium is, out there with the IMAX thing. All these attractions, and they got nothing for seniors. Oh, you weren't here for the beginning of, oh, I threw the note away. Damn it. I run into a woman in the store. She named her kids after cars. She had 6 kids. One daughter's name was Mercedes. One daughter's name was Chevy. And one daughter's name was Audi. The 3 boys, one's name was Mercury, one's name was Ford, and one's name was Impala. The woman said she liked cars. Can you see the boy Impala? Come here. Now, I've heard girls name Mercedes. Chevy, it goes either way. Audi, never heard a girl named Audi. Yeah, one named Mercury, one boy named Ford, and one boy named Impala. Now, you can figure what ethnic persuasion they were. Yeah, 6 kids, all named after cars. I felt like telling her, gee, you forgot Buick and Oldsmobile. I didn't want to get smacked. Yeah, I heard her calling the little girl. The little girl was like 6 or 7. She, Audi, Audi, I'm checking out, Audi. So I got behind her deliberately and I said, did I hear you? She said, oh yeah, her name's Audi. And then she pointed to the other daughter that had to be like 10. And this one's Mercedes. And my other daughter, her name is Chevy. She's not here. And I got 3 boys. One named Mercury, one named Ford, and one named Impala. I just looked at her like, really? And she would like, oh yeah, I love cars. Okay. Although it's better than, Taekwondo and Bomuglia and some of the names that they name their kids. Yeah, Imp for short, yeah. They don't think what they're doing to these kids. There's enough bullying the way it is, let alone to name your kid Impala or Mercury. Yeah, Mercury. Why didn't she name one Zeus? Not my kids. I felt sorry for the kids. I really did. Yeah. It was actually the first time grocery shopping I didn't piss anybody off. I kind of felt depressed when I left the store. I was like, gee, a shopping day and I didn't make anybody pissed off. I felt like I didn't do my job today. So I guess tomorrow I'll have to piss 2 people off. Or 3. Or 4. It's bad enough I got all the managers at Mark's running from me when I come in. They're like, holy shit, he's coming in the store. Duck. But at least, my hot dogs are there. My bread is there. I'm just waiting. I can't wait for a pop sale. I'm running out of ginger ale. And I'm tired of paying $3 for a 2-liter. God, back in the day, $3 you could buy a case. Yeah. I come out of the store, got in the truck, and that's the way I felt. Doggone. I felt like getting out, going back in the store just deliberately looking for somebody I could piss off. But I was good today. Every now and then, Mark's will have Seagram's ginger ale on sale. Now, last spring, I missed it when it was 25 cents a 2-liter. But 2 months later, they had 2 liters for 50 cents. Now, it was a maximum of 4. So what I'd do, I'd buy 4, I'd go stick them in the truck, I'd come back in, buy 4 more, go put them in the truck, come back in, buy 4 more. I had over 30 2-liters. It took me from, I think the sale was in August. I went from August to February. I didn't have to buy a 2-liter. Then I go in to buy one, $3.29. Jesus Christ. It's almost as bad as the price of coffee. Although I get a deal. I got a Keurig. On eBay, Keurig Direct. I buy all of my coffee off of eBay, off Keurig Direct. Now, if you go into the store, it's like $13 for 12. I get 24 for $13. Matter of fact, they had a couple of coffees on sale last month, 32 for $12. They ship it UPS. I get it in 2 days. Yeah, but you got to remember, Kathy, I got dry mouth something fierce. I'm drinking this shit all night long. I fill my big thermos mug, and maybe like at 3 in the morning, I'm filling it up again. So I go through a lot of ginger ale. But when they had them, 50 cents, I was going in for it. And then one of the cashiers said to me, "Oh, you can't do that." I said, every time I go out that door and I come in again, I'm a new customer. I can do that all day long, which one day I did. Get 4, come back in. 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 And then I just stack them in the corner of my bedroom. Looks like a Seagram's ginger ale warehouse. There are goddamn bottles everywhere. Yeah, I got... It was either 32 or 36 2-liters. So I'm waiting for another sale because they have the sale a couple times a year. Because that's all I drink is Seagram's. I don't drink any other ginger ale. Seagram's only. $0.50 a 2-liter, that's 1970s price. That's unheard of, really. And in 1970, I was probably bitching that 50 cents isn't ridiculous. Well, Canada Dry, between Canada Dry and Seagram's, I prefer the flavor of Seagram's a little. Seagram's tastes like bar ginger ale. You know, when they got that goofy push button thing, you know. Seagram's tastes like bar ginger ale. That's why I like Seagram's. Now, my grandfather used to drink Verner's. That's all you would see in his house. Verner's ginger ale. Now, that ginger ale has a bite, but that's all he would drink, Verner's. And when I was little, Dad's root beer. He always made sure there was a six-pack of Dad's root beer. You can't even find it anymore. The only place you can get Dad's root beer is if you go down to B.A. Sweetie Candy Warehouse. He gets Dad's from somewhere. But you don't find it in the store anymore. Really? God, if something ails you and you're in the emergency room, they always give you fucking ginger ale and crackers. I used to go down to the emergency room and raid the place for ginger ale. You always find ginger ale and saltine crackers in emergency rooms. Although they give it to you warm. They say warm ginger ale. Like if you come in, you got a stomach ache or something, here, have some warm ginger ale. Oh, Sherry, I used to love them little cans. I used to raid the goddamn emergency room for goddamn ginger ale because they had them little cans. You could carry them in your pocket, you know. Of course, you know, security would look the other way. Who was the goofy security guard? The one that played Santa every year. I can't think of his name. He was the only one that I didn't get along with. Remember the goofy security guard? He played Santa. Because he used to sing, "Jingle, jingle, jingle, I am Kris Kringle." Get out of here, you asshole. But every year at Christmas, he played Santa. Oh, shit, that's right. Oh, God, yeah. I forgot about the Viking, yeah. Oh, yeah, he looked like a Viking, yeah. He was goofy. Was he married? I can't ever see a woman putting up with him. Oh, he had a screw loose. He belonged up in Psych. Yeah, Halloween, the Viking, and Santa at Christmas. I was kind of hoping he'd dress up as a bunny for Easter. Oh, yeah, he was an asshole. One day he fucking frisked me. I says to him, "What are you doing?" "Well, you might be taking something that belongs to the hospital." I said, 99.9% of the shit I take out of here is given to me. And every other security guard knew that. If they saw my truck backed up to the loading dock, they knew I was loading up on stuff. He was the only one who used to give me a hard time. And boy, did I get shit. Oh, the shit that's in my house that says property of Lakewood Hospital. I remember when they were remodeling, and I got all the goddamn fluorescent light fixtures they took down that they were going to throw away. Well, yeah, well, we know why, Sherry. I went out of that place, I must have had 50 fucking electric fluorescent light fixtures. Oh, the stuff I got out of there. Well, like my sleep sofa. You remember them sleep sofas they had up in OB, up in the that lazy boy sleep sofa. That's what I use for the foundation for my goofy mattress. Christ, you open my linen closet, all the sheets and blankets say property of Lakewood Hospital on them. Do you remember them sleep sofas that they had up in OB? They pulled out, not the ones like you buy for your house that fold out. Well, you know these goofy new mattresses? One is called Purple, and it's just a mattress. And you buy a solid foundation. You don't use a box spring. Well, I use my sleep sofa as a foundation for my mattress. Matter of fact, for years, I had a twin mattress on top of that. I love that thing. Too bad you weren't around when I got the mattress. You know these new, I'm sure you've seen the commercial for Purple. The name of the mattress is Purple. I can't remember some of the others. But you don't buy a box spring anymore and all that other shit. So I buy this new mattress. Now, on Walmart, it shows the fucking mattress. Okay. Now, I buy one similar, okay? I can't remember what the hell it's called. I get it delivered, and it's this little box. So I take it out of the box, and it's like this thick. And it says roll the mattress out and then take it out of the shrink wrap bag. And for 24 hours, allow it to breathe and grow. Now, it's a twin XL, 10 inches thick. Memory foam, you know. I roll this 2-inch thick piece of shit out, and I'm like, every hour, it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And 24 hours later, it's a full mattress. Now, it's a firm with memory foam. I never in my life thought that thing was going to get, and how it firms up is amazing. You get this 2-inch thick thing, it expands, and 24 hours later, you're sleeping on it. Amazing. I mean, I love it. But when I rolled that, it looked like an air mattress. And then every hour it was getting bigger and bigger and bigger. It reminded me of that goddamn Venus flytrap, you know, feed me. It's unreal. I don't know how, when I can't explain the technology. To unroll this thing and take it out of the shrink wrap bag, and it eat, and it's a full mattress. It's extra firm. No, it's a firm, not an extra firm. 10 inches thick. I could have got a 12. I got the 10 instead. The only thing is, they don't tell you. You need special sheets. So I had to go out and buy twin XL deep pocket sheets. Had to throw all my old sheets out. Well, not the Lakewood Hospital ones. I still use those. And I got a shitload of those blankets that they used to keep in the warmers in the recovery room. Oh, I love them blankets. I must have 10 of them. I always say, no wonder the goddamn hospital got closed up. The employees bankrupted the place. Oh, the shit. The shit that I got out of that. I got one of them examining lights that they have in a doctor's office. You know, it's got the magnifier, the gooseneck. Yeah. You look in my goddamn linen closet, there's a stack of sheets, a stack of blankets. The only thing I never got was pillowcases. I don't know why. I even remember up in OB the armoires that they used to keep the TVs in. Them big fucking monstrosities. I even got one of them. When I moved out of the apartment in Lakewood, I left it. It was too fucking heavy to move. And then I got one of the latex carts. Those were the tall white ones. They have multiple drawers in them. I use that for my microwave cart. And then they used to have the toolboxes for the crash carts, the Craftsman toolboxes. I had one of them. I ended up giving it away, but the shit we used to get out of that place. Unbelievable. Yeah, I remember when they replaced the crash carts. The Craftsman toolboxes. I had one of them. And then they called them latex carts because the phlebotomist used to have them carts, and they had latex gloves. And they had to throw all the carts away because they couldn't sterilize them or some shit. It's nice because it's about 4 foot tall and like 24 by 24. It's in my kitchen. I use it for a microwave cart. I love it. And it says at the bottom, property of Lakewood Hospital. I left all the labels on. I don't care. I got lamps. Shit, when they redid OB, oh, man, I got a haul. I got the table lamps. I got some desk lamps. My sleep sofa, an armoire. But you had to have connections. You had to know the right people. And I always got in with the right people. Especially all the maintenance guys. You know what I wanted, Sherry? And I was gone. Remember in the doctor's lounge? That big plasma TV that they bought for the doctors. I wanted that TV. But I had been gone too long to get my hands on it. Oh, the guys in maintenance, they were amazing. Those guys, they were wonderful. They were absolutely wonderful. If you wanted something, they didn't see nothing. It was like, yeah, go ahead, take it. I don't see nothing. You know what I have, Sherry? I have wall switches and wall plugs with the wall plates, red. Because remember the red ones were the emergency power? I take them with me. Now, right now, most of my wall outlets and my switches are red. If I move out of here, I'm taking them all with me. Because I have a box of regular white ones. Yeah, I was downstairs in maintenance one day. I said, boy, I'd like to have a bunch of them. And they were like, I don't see nothing. Go ahead. I go, okay. And then when I move in, I install them. And then when I get ready to move out, I uninstall them. I take them with me. Oh, yeah. I'm goofy, believe me. Hey, you're just figuring that out now. I remember when I moved out of the other house, the one daughter said, "Why are all these red outlets here?" I said, "Don't worry. By the time I leave, they'll all be white." And her husband looked at me and said, "What?" I said, "Oh, yeah, those go with me." All right, sweetheart. Good seeing you. Hope the granddaughter's doing wonderful. Yeah, it's about that time anyway. It's getting to be the bewitching hour. So good seeing you. Keep an eye on the granddaughter. Keep in touch. Let me know how she's doing. I'm going to have to email Jenny. I'm a little worried about her. Even though she popped in the other night, I want to keep in touch with her. Anybody that's having health problems, I want to stay in touch with. Not to mention, I got to figure out how to get a hold of Wyatt. I keep forgetting to check his website. Wyatt's Daily Roundup, yeah. I got to make some notes for the morning here. Jenny and Wyatt's Daily Roundup. I have to stick that in the corner of my monitor. There we go. Notes for tomorrow. 2 of my loyal followers to get in touch with. I think it's about outro time. I'll end a little bit early tonight, and then we'll pick up at 7 again tomorrow. Well, it's about the time I usually anyway. Good seeing everybody. Okay, time for the outro. Where's my stylus? I just had the goddamn thing. There it is. Outro music. Come on. Play. Here we go. We know where, right here. WDWL TV. 7 p.m. And Sherry, tell your husband I said hi. We're thinking about him. And we will meet again here tomorrow night. And with that, everybody take care.